Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honour to welcome you to the Vintage Vampire display here at Virtual Beach Blast 2020. My name is Vanquished, and I'll be your narrator for today's demonstration. Enter the stage from crowd rear at over 300 knots. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together for the 2020 Vintage Vampire display team! Pilots are in box formation. Leading the formation is Robbie Hope DiVirgilio. At the age of just 17, Hope is a student pilot from Central New Jersey. He's a recipient of the EAA Ray Foundation Scholarship, and in his free time, Hope is an award-winning RC pilot and also likes to fly in DCS. His future goal is to become an airshow pilot. As the formation approaches now, Hope has called the pilots into echelon. The pilots are stacked up on the right wing in a tight formation. From the left, this is the echelon bottom-up pass. Repositioning the formation for the next manoeuvre, the Vampire pilots have transitioned back to Diamond. Flying on the wing today is Fireblaze. From the UK, Fireblaze is an enthusiastic pilot who enjoys flying on aerobatics online. You may also see him later today flying in the Aerovector display as a reserve pilot. He actively flies for the Harrier display team. In for one of the harder manoeuvres for the display. From the right, this is the Diamond Roll. Exiting the roll, the pilots enter a right Diamond 360. That transition from a fast left roll into a right turn is especially difficult for the wing pilots to stay in close formation with the leading pilot. Pilots take it into a tight formation for the Diamond 360. On the left wing is Kirby. This is his first time flying in a formation at a live event. Age 17, Kirby is a student pilot, and in his free time he leads the Aerovector Jet team, who will be performing later today. Pilots have now transitioned to trail formation. The aircraft you see flying today is a de Havilland Vampire T-11. This is a single-engine British jet fighter manufactured in the early 1940s during the Second World War. The Vampire is a twin-boom aircraft, and the pilots sit next to each other, rather than the traditional front and behind, as you'll find in a Hawk T1 that the red arrows use. From in front and to your left, This is the Trail to Diamond Loop. This sequence is followed by a clover loop and a vertical break. Pushing his throttle forward to keep up with the formation as they change to diamond is Patty. From the USA, Patty is an administrator for an aerobatics online community. In his free time, he enjoys mountain biking and motorcycling. This is Patty's first live show. Hope calls break, break, go, and the diamonds split into the vertical break. De Havilland Vampire is a relatively small aircraft with a wingspan of 12 metres and a length of 9 metres. It has a maximum speed of 470 knots. The single-seat Vampire is able to hold 600 rounds of ammunition with 8 rockets or 2 bombs. Of course, today we're flying the Vampire T11, which is the twin-seat variant used for training. The Vampire was the first single-engine jet fighter in the world. It was built from wooden fabric, like the de Havilland Mosquito. It then led to the production of the de Havilland 112 Venom, and the RAF replaced the Vampire with the Gnat in 1966, which of course the Red Arrows and the Yellow Jack formation display teams flew until 1979.
Just have a little patience. Still hanging from a love I lost. Feeling your frustration.
Hope and Fireblaze perform a Calypso pass while Kirby and Patty roll around them. Get your cameras ready for the signature move. Without the fuel pump technology in modern-day fighters, Hope must roll out to ensure his engines are not starved of fuel. The pilot rejoins at Diamond and prepares for the next maneuver. Pilots are now in trail and are about to fly directly over the crowd as they start the imposing sequence of the demonstration.
to see. But man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking if you were around, how you was, where you could.
Get your screenshot button ready. Watch show center now as the four aircraft approach each other at a closing speed of 500 knots. Recovering from a 3G half Cuban, the aircraft are now approaching at a closing speed of 600 knots. They pass for a second time, but this time Hope and Kirby must coordinate currently through the smoke to avoid hitting each other in the low visibility environment.
And that time over at Johnny's place, well, this chick got up and she slapped Johnny's face. Damn, it's and then she's the one who don't forget her. The boys are back in town, I said, the boys are back in town.
The de Havilland Company's Vampire has been operated by over 32 nations around the world. Several countries deployed the aircraft in combat during conflicts, including the Suez Crisis, the Malayan Emergency, the Rhodesian Bush War. By the end of production, almost 3,300 Vampires have been manufactured. Only around 10 remain in operation to this day, for civilian operations only. In 1946, the aircraft cost a mere £29,000, which today is the equivalent to $1.2 million.
Friday night they'll be dressed to kill down at Dino's Bar and Grill. The drink will flow and blood will spill. And if the boys want to fight, you better let them.
In for the finale of the display, the pilots are pulling into a tight diamond loop. This is followed by the cross brake. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you've been watching the Vintage Vampire Display Team!